Let's begin with our session today on how to prioritize and how to prioritize wisely. Okay, so let's start with a prayer. एक prayer के साथ शुरुआत करते हैं. Just keep your palms open. Be aware of your heart. Be aware of your crown. To the Supreme God, Divine Father, Divine Mother, to Master Choa Kok Sui, to Lord Maha Guruji Mailing, to all the great ones, to the healing angels, healing ministers, especially to the angels of Pranic healing, to the angels of time management. We humbly invoke for your presence. To the angels of technology, we humbly invoke for your presence. To Master Choa Kok Sui, thank you for your presence. To all the people who are watching and connected, thank you for your presence. Gently open your eyes. Atma Namaste once again. Yes. So shall we begin with our session? Yes. So आप लोग ने session का topic देखा? Did you see the topic? So we're going to talk about prioritizing. यानी कि when it comes about managing time, honestly, time management, one of the biggest thing in time management is to prioritize. very important. क्योंकि हम लोग के पास बहुत सारे काम होते हैं. कौन सा काम पहले करना है, कौन सा काम बाद में करना है, और उसको कैसे हम लोग on a daily basis, how can we on a daily basis organize it, is what we are going to talk in the session today. So I'm going to share a basic principle of prioritizing. This is a very common general phenomena. Can you see this on the screen? Yeah. Okay. In fact, this is one of the very good ways of putting your tasks. This was also, by the way, recommended by Master Choa Kok Sui. Master भी इसको recommend करते हैं, and personally I use it a lot. So I thought I will just share it also. Now here, if you see, there are 4 columns. सबसे ऊपर में है urgent and not urgent. And on the side, if you see, there is important and not important. Okay. If you want, you can take screenshot of this. आप इसका screenshot ले सकते हैं. And these videos, this video will also be posted on the Life Simplified app. So no worries. You can just understand it properly. तो आप देखेंगे इसके अंदर there is urgent, not urgent, important and not important. Okay. Now let us try to understand this properly. Now अगर आप देखेंगे यहाँ पर, if you see, there are 4 types of combinations that come out. Okay, from this there are 4 combinations. 4 combinations आते हैं. So now how do we use this? Okay, how do we use this chart? So there are 4 types. Now before we do prioritizing, before we get into prioritizing, it is very important that first we make a checklist. First have a checklist, you know. आप देखेंगे जब भी दिमाग में लगता है कि बहुत सारे काम घूम रहे हैं, you know, there are so many things to do, बहुत सारी चीजें हमको करनी है, ये भी करना है, वो भी करना है. The best thing I think which already was discussed is put everything on pen and paper. Put everything on pen and paper. After you put your entire checklist, पूरी एक list आपकी जब बन जाती है, yes, I will share the screen again. जब आपकी list बन जाती है, once your checklist is done, then you have to prioritize it. Then you have to give it a sequence. This simple activity will take you not more than 10 minutes. Start your day with this, and then you see how productive your day can become. You can also start your week with this. आप आपके वीक की शुरुआत भी इसके साथ कर सकते हैं, आपके दिन की शुरुआत इसके साथ कर सकते हैं. But when you start it with a clarity of mind, and then this will automatically show you that once you finish the most urgent and most important things, and the later part of the day you do other things, you will be able to manage your time very effectively. This is super effective. And automatically when the urgent and very important things are done, you feel so de-stressed, and you feel so relaxed. So it automatically helps you build up your energy for the rest of the day. Okay, so I'm going to share the screen again. बीच में मैं बार share करूंगी. You are free to take screenshots. This is just मैंने Google से इसको download किया है. It's a very generic thing which many people do, but many people talk about it. But as we always tell you that the key is in the practice. इसे इसे आप जब प्रैक्टिस करेंगे then you will really understand the magic behind this. All right, so now let us first discuss we are going to discuss all the four. आप देखेंगे चार इसके combinations है. So let's talk about the first combination. The first combination is important and urgent. You know, जो do वाला column है, important and urgent. Second combination is important and not urgent. लिख लीजिए आप लोग. पहला first combination is important and urgent. Second priority is important but not urgent. Okay. Third one is not important but urgent. And fourth one is not important, not urgent. तो ये हो गई चार प्रायोरिटीज. पहला फर्स्ट प्रायोरिटी है इंपॉर्टेंट एंड अर्जेंट. दूसरा इंपॉर्टेंट एंड नॉट अर्जेंट. तीसरा नॉट इंपॉर्टेंट बट अर्जेंट. एंड फोर्थ वन नॉट अर्जेंट, नॉट इंपॉर्टेंट. नाउ वी विल डिस्कस ईच वन in detail. Okay, I'm stopping the share. Okay, so let us now talk about the first one. Okay, first one is important and urgent. Now let's understand किस type के tasks, which type of tasks are come under this category. किस तरह के tasks या किस तरह की checklist में आपकी किस तरह की चीजें इसमें आ सकती है. Can you give me examples? What do you mean by important and urgent? It has to be done now and it is highly important. What do you? किसी का accident, yeah, that is like too much of urgency. But on a day-to-day basis, what type of things can come under important and urgent? Yes, visit to doctors, fantastic. Ticket booking, yeah. Ticket booking again. Okay, I'll talk about it. Spiritual, kids studies. Now, to each is his own. हम लोग सबकी अपनी priorities होती है. Don't you think if spiritual practice is your priority, then it should come under important and urgent? Or at least in the second priority, important but not urgent. Like for example, meditation. Meditation will go in which category? Yes, exercise, meditation, जो हमारी daily habits होती है, the good habits that we have in us, which category? It very good, most of you are putting it well. It will go in category priority number 2, which is important but not urgent. But often what happens is because it is not urgent, we end up procrastinating it. And unfortunately, जो हमारी third category है, a lot of confusion, by the way. Okay, one second. By the way, a lot of mistakes that many people do is between priority number 2 and 3. Like priority number 2 है important but not urgent. Okay, so यहाँ पर इन्होंने बहुत अच्छे से दिया है, decide and schedule a time to do it. Okay, urgent and important, you have to do it now. So आपके first category में आ गया. The second one is decide and schedule a time to do it. Okay, now see the third one. The third and second, in दोनों के बीच में many times we end up, this is just my personal experience, I've seen that a lot of mistakes happen between 2 and 3. Because in 3, the third category is urgent but not so important. Means something which is not important basically means that somebody else can probably do it for you. कोई और भी आपके लिए कर सकता है. What do you think can that be? बहुत बार हम लोग का there are a lot of things जो urgent होती है लेकिन उतनी important नहीं होती है, and we give up not urgent and important tasks simply because we are giving priority to number 3. थर्ड कैटेगरी की प्रायोरिटी बहुत बार 2 में शिफ्ट हो जाती है और 2 की नीचे आ जाती है, बिकॉज वी आर ऑलवेज समटाइम्स इन एन अर्जेंसी मोड, मतलब हम लोग हर समय अर्जेंसी को इंपॉर्टेंस दे रहे हैं, तो 3 sometimes shifts to 2, and 2 normally has all those things which are building up habits, like for example meditation, like for example exercises, like for example you're trying to learn something, or you're trying to read a book, or you're trying to develop some develop some hobby within you. They are very very important, but because वो urgent नहीं है, तो अगर आप लोग में से बहुत लोग ऐसे हैं जिसमें आपको ऐसी फीलिंग आती है कि you want to do lot of things and they are important, but आप कर नहीं पा रहे हैं, क्यों नहीं कर पा रहे हैं? Would you like to know the secret? आप इसलिए नहीं कर पा रहे हैं because you are prioritizing 3/2. थर्ड कैटेगरी जो है which is not important but urgent, many times you're so occupied with that कि जो important है लेकिन not so urgent है, that goes in third priority and it does not get time and it always goes on the side track. Yes. Shankari, you have put up that, correct me if I'm wrong, meditation, yoga, and pranayama, I feel should go in important and urgent. Not necessarily, it is not really urgent, but it needs scheduling. It needs scheduling because if you don't do it now, you're not going to be at a loss at that moment. Urgent means it needs immediate urgent attention. Immediate urgent attention, like somebody needs to be taken to the doctor. So it needs immediate attention. Somebody some payment needs to be done, otherwise आपकी fine लग सकती है, so that goes into urgent and important. Maybe you need to आपके business में you're having something with a hurry which has to be done now, which has a deadline, that comes under important and urgent. Our personal practices, it goes in very very important but not so urgent, and unfortunately it shifts to category number 3, priority number 3, but it needs to be priority number 2. Okay, here I will again. Yes. Now what do you think are urgent but not important? Urgent but not important. Urgent but not important. किसी ने लिखा grocery. Yes, cooking goes into urgent and important. Yes, if you don't have anybody to delegate, और अगर आपके लिए कोई help नहीं है, suppose आपका किसी दिन cook नहीं आया, suddenly your cook is not come and you don't have any help and obviously you need food to eat. So automatically that task goes in urgent and important. Okay. Ashwin, you put good examples. Dispatching of couriers, bringing groceries. Yes, these are urgent and can easily be delegated to someone else. Urgent and important means those things, यानी कि पहला जो priority है urgent and important, मतलब वो सारी चीजें जो आपको ही करनी पड़ेगी और किसी और पर आप नहीं डाल सकते उसको. You can't delegate it to anyone else. तीसरी जो priority जो urgent है लेकिन इंपॉर्टेंट नहीं है, वो सारी चीजें आप डेलीगेट कर सकते हैं. यू कैन डेलीगेट इट टू समवन एल्स. But if you're not very good at delegation, and if you are with the mindset where you only are supposed to do everything, then you will end up investing a lot of your time, a lot of your energy in the third priority, which is not important but urgent. And what is the price you pay? You pay the price of urgent and important but not urgent category, which is a high price to pay. Most of the mistakes happen there. This is what I wanted to highlight also. So yes, again coming back to the square, now the thing is this urgent and important is do it now. Not urgent but important, always put a time to it, always put a schedule to it. That is the key to it. उसका रास्ता यही है. इसलिए मास्टर भी बोलते हैं कि if you don't put a time, set a time, day and a place to meditate, you will end up not meditating, because actually it goes in that category. Yeah. Now in which category does visualization come? Visualization, Tanisha, it also comes in important but not urgent. Important but not urgent. Shelja, still confused about 2 and 3. Yes, 2 and 3 is actually the, personally I feel this is where most of us make mistakes. because we have a habit of addressing urgent, very urgent things, because probably we don't delegate. Now, when you have something urgent, something very urgently to be done, think about it. Can somebody else do it for you? Can it be delegated to someone? क्या आपके घर के कोई स्टाफ को आप डेलीगेट कर सकते हैं क्या? Can you delegate it to any of your employee? Can you delegate it to somebody else? Sometimes there are certain tasks, even with your children, even with your family. Can you ask them to do it themselves? Yes, Anita, bank work. Yeah, it can be. A lot of your housework, maybe. So, a lot of your housework. So, all those jobs, when you make a checklist, you check in that checklist, whatever has come under the urgent category, you check उसमें से कोई काम delegate हो सकता है क्या? If it can be delegated, then it automatically goes in priority number 3, and you gain time for priority number 2. Priority number 2. So sometimes we don't stretch our brains, we don't think that can this job be delegated? Can this job be given to someone else? Urgent and important, matlab first priority jobs are those jobs which only you need to do. Somebody else cannot do it for you. The third priority, which is urgent but not important, where you are not needed, you can delegate it to somebody else. So you have to watch out. You have to watch out. So all those jobs which are urgent, but you have some calibers around you who can take it up, then automatically you will save time for what? For priority number 2, which is important but not urgent. And that is how a lot of your time will be saved. Okay, Hazel, I like what you have done. Right now, I've delegated my husband to take care of the kids while I attend my session. Fantastic. Ab aap session attend karna, is it urgent? No, not very urgent. But is it important? Yes, maybe for your self-development. Yes. So now, but then you have something urgent in front of you. You have to give it away to someone, because kuch na kuch urgent aapke samne hamesha rahega. If you don't delegate, if you don't take help of people around, then you will not be able to take out time for yourself. You will not be able to take out time for something which builds over time. So all the not urgent things, they don't show results in a day, but it requires consistent time investment so that you can build up something. A consistent time investment is needed for building up your chakras. A consistent time investment is needed for building up your aura, for doing meditations, for reading certain books, for developing skills. All this is priority number 2. Priority number 2. And if we can learn how to handle this, then it will be great. Now, category number 4, let us also quickly talk about that. Please give me 1 or 2 more minutes before we close. Or would you like to extend the session tomorrow also? I think there was a few things I wanted to share. We have not yet gone to the 4th square. Would you like to continue tomorrow? Yes? Yeah? All right. So I think we will extend this session for tomorrow. Because it is time management, then I can't generate the karma of extending time. Yeah. So it is not the right example to be set, especially for this topic. Koi aur topic hota to we could have extended the session. But let's close. Let's stick to our timings, because many of us may have many other commitments. So let's continue, and we will have a continuation of today's session tomorrow also. All right. Thank you very much. Atma Namaste. Let's close with an invocation. Be aware of your heart and your crown. To the Supreme God, Divine Father, Divine Mother, to Master Choa Koksu, to Lord Maha Gurji Meling, to all the great, great ones. Thank you for your blessings, your guidance, your help, your protection. Thank you for helping us become more and more efficient. Thank you for giving us the insights to manage time properly. Thank you in full faith, so be it. Okay, Atma Namaste. Thank you very much. See you all again tomorrow, 6:30. Let's first start with an invocation. Be aware of your heart and your crown. To the Supreme God, Divine Father, Divine Mother, to Master Choa Koksui, to Lord Mahagurji Meling, to all the great, great ones. We thank you for your blessings. Thank you for your guidance. your help and protection. Thank you in full faith, so be it. Thank you for your presence, so be it. All right, so let's begin. I will first share my screen. Okay, before sharing my screen, I'll give you a quick recap of yesterday. So we spoke basically on prioritizing. And when we talk about prioritizing, this is a very generic system which is followed by many, many people. And this information is available on Google, on many platforms, but it was also recommended by Master. And there are like these 4 boxes, which I will just be sharing again. So here, there is this is called as the prioritizing quadrant. So if you see, there are 4 boxes and there are 4 combinations. There are 4 combinations that we see here. One is important and urgent. So something that is important and urgent, you have to do it, and you have to like do it now. The second one, so your first priority is the first box, which is important and urgent. Your second priority is your second box, which is important but not urgent. That is your second priority, which is where those things are not urgent, but you have to schedule a time to do it and then just do it. The third box is called as not important but urgent. Many things which are not important but urgent. So, what do you do with those tasks? Those tasks you will delegate. You can delegate, and you need to think that who can do it for you and who can help you with that. And the fourth one, so the fourth one, which we could not talk about in detail yesterday, which we will do in detail, and the other ones we will kind of just recap. The fourth one, fourth box जो है वो है not important, not urgent, and those tasks you will just eliminate. So the first box, the first priority is important and urgent, which is do it now. Second priority is important but not urgent. Fix the time to do it. Third priority is not important but urgent. Delegate those tasks. And the fourth one is not important, not urgent. Those are the activities which you need to eliminate. You need to kind of just remove it from your life. Okay, so I'll just stop sharing this and I will keep sharing it in between. I will keep sharing it in between. Are these 4 boxes clear? If you all want, you can take a screenshot of these boxes, or you can just, if you just go on Google, you type prioritize, you will find this. It is very easily available. Now, the good part about this is what we will do in today's session, by the way. Today's session, I'm going to throw a task. मैं एक टास्क के बारे में आपको बताऊंगी, and I want you all to now think in which priority are you going to put it up, first, second, third, or fourth. Okay, so let us remember this and almost kind of mug this up. Okay, so what is the first priority? First priority means which one? First priority, आप मन ही मन बोल सकते हैं, or you can put it on the chat box. What is first priority? Important and urgent. Important and urgent. Important and urgent. This comes under our first priority. What is second priority? Important but not urgent. That is second priority. Important, not urgent. Important, not urgent. Important, not urgent. Second priority. Remember this well. If you don't remember, you will not be able to practice. Third priority is not important but urgent. Not important but urgent. What will you do with it? So, first priority, do it now. Second priority, fix a time. You have to do it, you have to schedule it, fix a time. Third priority, not important but urgent. What will you do to that? उसे आप क्या करोगे? You will put it under delegation. Delegate. Okay, and the fourth one, which is not important and not urgent, you will eliminate. Eliminate, remove it from your system. आपके लिस्ट में कोई भी ऐसी एक्टिविटी है, it is not important, not urgent, delete it, remove it, eliminate it. Okay, so would you like to practice this? Would you like to practice this? Okay, so I'll just quickly highlight what I had discussed yesterday, which was one of the main messages which I wanted to give for the ones जो लोग कल नहीं join किए थे लेकिन आज join किए हैं. So if you again see in this picture, so for all those people what are the activities that come under important but not urgent? Important but not urgent are many many activities. Like, one of the activities in that is our spiritual practice. Our spiritual practice, maybe our physical exercises, maybe your office planning. बहुत सारी ऐसी चीजें होती है which has a build up and a long term effect, which are important, very very important in our life, but not urgent. And normally, priority number three, because something is urgent but not so important, it gets shifted to two. So you have to kind of keep juggling there. So, in case if you always find yourself not getting time to meditate, if you find yourself not getting the time to do the things which you really wanted to do, or do the things which you really want to do, like your hobbies, your meditations, your practices, or maybe something related to your business activities, जो आपको पता है कि बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है लेकिन आप टाइम नहीं निकाल पा रहे उसके लिए, so it is happening simply because you are prioritizing quadrant number 3 over 2. 2 and 3 mein you are making a mistake. So if the more you increase, start handling priority number 3, like the more you start delegating things, your box number 2 will become more effective, will get more active. Okay, so this is what we wanted to discuss. So now, what I'm going to do is, shall we do like a quick mock-up? Yeah, a quick mock-up. मैं कुछ कुछ टास्क आपको बोलती जाऊंगी जो हम लोग के सबके लाइफ में डेली डेली चलते हैं. I want you all to note down which priority does it go in. 1, 2, 3, or 4. Is that a good idea? Yeah, will that help you all to understand the concept better? So I'm going to throw like a list of tasks. I'll keep saying certain things, and then you will tell me, or you can put it in the chat box, which priority is it? Is it in do it now? Is it in schedule it? Is it in delegate it? Or is it in eliminate it? Okay, so shall we? Ready? Give me a thumbs up if you're ready. Let's see who gets it right. Okay, so this way we can understand practically कि ये कैसे ये system चलता है. How can this be practiced on a proper basis? Okay, so I'm just opening up. I had a checklist. Just a second. Okay, so tell me, suppose you want to do savings. मास्टर बोलते हैं 30% हम लोग को सेव करना चाहिए. So you need to do your planning and you need to concrete. Basically, you want to plan and execute your savings. So this month, say for example, your December savings you wanted to do, and it's already 6th of January. So in which box will it come? 1, 2, 3, or 4? 1, 2, 3, or 4? Okay, very good. Most of you are saying 1 and most of you are saying 2. So it may vary. It may vary from 1 or 2. But yes, either it will be 1 or either it will be 2. So if your kind of deadline is crossing, so one is like, the deadline is today, like deadline आज ही है. Like for example, if you are having an SIP and उसके अंदर आपको आपके payments release करने हैं, then it is today. It needs to be done like now. So I think it would probably be in box number 2, priority number 2, because it is very, very important, but not urgent, because it doesn't have a deadline to do it like now. It does not have that deadline. It can be done tomorrow. It can be done in another 2-3 days, but it is a good idea to schedule it. So when it comes to say, so इसमें आप क्या करोगे? You may not need to do it now. It does not matter, उसमें आपका नुकसान नहीं होने वाला है, but it is very very important but not urgent. So what will you do? You will schedule it, fix a time. Okay, this is the time I'm going to do it, and then note it. Okay, so next, let me ask you some more things like that. Okay, suppose you need to pay your credit card bill whose deadline is 7th of January. You need to make a payment of your credit card bill and the deadline is 7th Jan. Yes, so did you understand now? This is urgent and important. It needs to be done now. You don't have the risk of waiting for a day also. Okay, so you need to make certain payments which needs to be done like today, or which has a deadline of say tomorrow. Then it comes under urgent and important. Okay, next, let me give you some more options like this. Is this helpful? for you to understand the concept better. Yes. All right. So, one sec. Suppose you need to take your, you need to pay your child's school fees, and the deadline is 30th January. You need to pay your child's school fees. Deadline is 30th January. Okay. I have got only one. Very few people have said three, and I like that. Don't you think this job can be delegated? It is important, of course. So, अब आपको ये सोचना है, can it be delegated? So now it obviously depends from person to person. So अब आप सोच के देखिए, अगर ऐसा कोई task है, the first thing you can check, yes, it is important, and yes, can it be delegated or not? Can it be delegated or not? If yeah, payment is done by parents, but in certain areas maybe you have your employees who can release the payments and you can just sign the checks, or depends what is your system. So if you have people who can take care of this, then you can delegate it also. Okay, but if you don't have anybody to do it, then it comes under box number 2. Clear? Yeah. So जब भी कोई task होता है, you can also check whether it can be delegated or not delegated. Okay. Now, suppose you always wanted to learn gardening. You always had a dream, whenever you're sleeping or whenever you're thinking about things, you always had a dream of learn to do gardening. What will you do? Which priority? Okay, very good. So yes, fantastic. So this comes under quadrant number 2, or priority number 2, means you will schedule it. It is important, but it is not urgent. So but then it kind of makes you happy, it kind of makes you feel excited, it kind of makes you feel good. So then it goes into priority number 2. Okay. Now you are in the middle of the office and it is like 4 p.m., and you are busy with your jobs, and then you receive a phone call, maybe from a friend, not for work, just for chit chat. What will you do? Okay, very good. You're smart people. Everybody's saying 4. Okay, somebody's saying 3. I don't think you can delegate this. If you can, please let me know also. How will you delegate this? So, yeah. So generally, when you are in middle of the work and you receive certain social obligations at a time where it is your working hour, और उस बीच अगर आपको social life related or just entertainment related कोई call आता है, then you can eliminate it for that time. You don't need to eliminate that friend from your life, but you can eliminate it at that time and maybe just text or just tell them, okay, I'll get back to you later. Okay, I'll get back to you later. Yeah, you can put maybe on 2. But if that friend needs some urgent help, maybe needs a healing or maybe needs some emergency help, then you can check. So you can always see, okay, you can check with them, hey, hi, I received your call, anything urgent? If it is urgent and important, then you address it. Maybe your friend needs an urgent help, तब आप उसको address कर सकते, तब वो 1 में चला जाएगा. Okay. और अगर वो ऐसे ही phone किया है just for socializing, so then you tell them, okay, I'll get back to you later, maybe after 8 p.m. Let's catch up for coffee, maybe later. Okay. So it will go between 1 or 4. If it is an urgent call, urgent and important, and somebody needs help, then you put it up on 1, or else it goes to 4. Okay. All right. So I hope you have now understood the 4 quadrants, the 4 things, and I hope this was helpful. Yeah. And tomorrow we have another interesting topic to go on time management. कल हम लोग discuss करने वाले हैं about overcommitting, how to draw a thin line between not committing excessively and how to handle that part. So ये हम लोग कल discuss करने वाले हैं. But make sure that you try and practice this. Personally, I really use this quadrant. Yes, I will show the quadrant again. If you like, you can take screenshots. We will just do a closing prayer and then I will flash the quadrant on the screen. You can take screenshots if you like. Okay, just take a deep breath. To the Supreme God, Divine Father, Divine Mother, to Master Choakoxi, we thank you for your blessings. Thank you for your presence. Thank you for bringing us all together to practice. Thank you in full faith. So be it. Okay, thank you everyone. Thank you very much. Atma Namaste.